My equation is 17 multiplied by 23, and I want to estimate what I think the answer will be. So I use the rounding method. So I rounded up to 20 and down to 20 to get two familiar numbers. 20 multiplied by 20 is 400. So that should give me an answer that is close to what 17 multiplied by 23 would be. So we're going to solve this equation, which is 17 times 23, using base 10 blocks. So you can see at the top I have 17 here, so the 10 is represented by 1 because 1 10 plus 7 ones is 17. And on the side we have 23, so 2 10s and 3 1s makes 23. So 10 times 10 equals 100, and then we move to the next spot. So 10 times 1 is 10. And that's the same for the rest of them because it's 10 times 1 for 7 ones. So that gives us 7 tens. So we move down to the next one again. 10 times 10 is 100. And then 10 times 1 gives us a 10. 10 times 1, another 10, and so on, which would be 7 of them because we know we have 7 ones up here. We move down to the 1. 1 times 10 gives us 10. 1 times 1 gives us a 1. 1 times 1 again, another 1, and there's 7, so we know we need 7 in that row. Next, we go down to the next one. 1 times 10 is 10, so you put your 10 block there, and then you have 1 times 1. So you have your 1 block, and there's 7 of them because 1 times 1, 7 times. And then our last block, 1 times 10, gives us 10. And then 1 times 1, 7 times. So now we need to add up everything in the middle to get our answer for 17 times 23. So we'll count up our hundreds first. So we have 100, 200. So we'll write that down. Next, we'll do our tens. So we'll count those up. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170. So we'll write that down for our tens. And then lastly, we'll do our ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So we have 21 ones, and we'll add all this up. So 1, 7 plus 2 is 9, and 2 plus 1 is 3. So we know our answer to 17 multiplied by 23 is 391. Next, we have our array model for equation 17 multiplied by 23. So we have 10 multiplied by 10 gives us 100. 10 times 1 gives us a 10. And then you need that 7 times because there's 7 ones up here. So 10 times 1, 10 times 1, 7 times. 10 by 10 again gives us 100. So 10 times 1 gives us 10, and then you do that 7 times. 1 times 10 gives us a 10 down here. 1 times 1 gives us a 1, so we do that 7 times. 1 times 10 gives us another 10. 1 times 1 gives us 1, and you do that 7 times. 1 times 10 gives us a 10, and then 1 times 1 gives us 1, 7 times. So then you want to add all of this in the middle up to get our answer. So we know that there's 200, so 2 times 100 gives us 200. If you count up all the tens up here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 tens here, so that's 140. And then 3 tens down here, so 3 times 10 is 30. And then all together here, there's 21 ones, so that equals 21. So when we add all of that up, it gives us 391. So for our last method, we're going to be using the partitioning method for our equation 17 multiplied by 23. So you can see that I broke up each number into their own place values. So 10 plus 7 would be 17. 20 plus 3 would be 23. So to do this method, you go 20 multiplied by 10 equals 200. 20 multiplied by 7 is 140. 3 multiplied by 10 is 30. 3 multiplied by 7 is 21. Then you add 200 plus 140 gives you 340. And 30 plus 21 gives you 51. And if you add these two numbers together, 340 plus 51, it gives you 391, which is the same as all of our other answers. And we can also say that by our estimation, using the rounding method on our estimation, we got a very close number to what the answer actually was.